you, everybody. Sit down, relax for a second. I just want to say, you don't realize how you operate in life and the impact you have on people's lives until, we were backstage and Jason told me the story and I'm like, God, was I that bad back then? So there were some moments in my life where I've been difficult, but I just wanted to say thank you for being there and still being here for all this. I appreciate you. So, welcome everybody. I was trying to think about what I'm going to talk about today, and when I was in Macau, and I know a lot of you went to Paris, and I've been thinking, we're in a rebuilding stage. We're in a stage where we're rebuilding something that was, for all of us, a life-changing business. For me, for all of you. And we're in that stage of rebuilding something that has had problems. And all of us that are here, that are on stage, all of you, we've been through a lot. Mentally, emotionally, financially, and we're still here. We're still here believing that this is the most beautiful thing that we've all created and seen. And I did a message about an experience that I've had in my life, and multi-level marketing and direct sales is not an easy business. It's easy when people come here, they see you here, they're excited, everyone's excited. You go to events and you get excited, that emotional feeling of excitement. The hard part is when you leave here and you have to go back and you have to have those one-on-ones or those group meetings or the small group meetings. What do you say to people about the vision of Jeunesse? What do you do when people are talking negative? You have to come up with something that you feel in your heart is meaningful to you, of why you're still here. All of us have our own reasons. My reason for still being in Jeunesse is I want to prove the people that left and my sponsor that left that they're wrong. I want to prove them that they're wrong. And the message that I want to deliver is they're wrong about us. And once you understand that feeling and that passion, that motivates you to still be here and to still work. That's why Kevin and all the management decisions that he's doing, I take my hat off to you, Kevin, because, most people don't know the 20 hours a day that Mr. Kevin Jagier works to keep this company alive for you. I know that. Most of you need to know that that man bleeds Jeunesse. He bleeds this company because he's there sacrificing, putting his name on things, personal guaranteeing things, so when we have problems that none of you see, Mr. Kevin Jagier is there saying, I'm taking responsibility for it. There's no one else responsible for Jeunesse being here if it wasn't for Mr. Kevin Jagier. So thank you, Kevin, for being here. You look at the decisions that are being made to move forward. We were a glorious business, and I was thinking, how do I compare this to something in life? And I'm going to explain to you how whatever your favorite sport is, whether it's soccer and the World Cup, whether it's American football and the Super Bowl, whether it's baseball in the World Series, whether it's basketball for a national championship, for college football and winning to be ranked #1 in the world in college American football, Jeunesse was a company that became the #1 in the world and had a company that was like the world's best soccer team winning the World Cup. And we won the World Cup every single year for 4 or 5 years in a row we won the World Cup. But then we had issues. Some of our players retired. Some of our players got injured. Some of the ownership, sold the company. And guess what happens in transition? Transition is the single hardest thing to deal with in life. I don't care if it's a personal relationship, a business relationship, whatever it might be, transition is the hardest thing to deal with in life. Because you're not sure of what the future holds. And you're coping in your mind about trying to understand, what is my future going to look like here? And we all have that feeling of insecurity of like, what does that future hold? Until you overcome those fears and you overcome that kind of like sense of like, I don't know, and you go back to doing what you once did before, those insecurities will remain here until you get rid of them. And the only way you're going to get rid of them here is when you leave these events and you start rebuilding for other events and promoting for a company that you believe in. You need to learn how all your fears need to go away, and you need to understand that we're still here. And all the teams are still here that are believing in building a future. It's not going to be easy, but we can rebuild a future, and we can rebuild to becoming world champions again. And that's what I want all of you to remember, is that we can build to be world champions again. Look at this room and all the leadership. The luncheon, the diamond luncheon that we had today. All the leaders here are still here. And there's a lot of negative people out there that wish Jeunesse would fail, that wish the company would fail. And guess what? Kevin and his leadership with Jason Mornay and bringing on Mel and all the people in the company and all the diamonds that are still here and all the people behind the scenes like Jocelyn and Ashley that you guys don't see, that'll do all the work to pretty much get things moving. Mark holding things together in Asia and the Pacific Rim. All the people that are still working in the company to keep it together for you, you need to make it work for them. And when you leave here after this event's over, you let the world know. You make 100 phone calls this week and you let everyone know Jeunesse is here to stay. Thank you very much.